Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1541.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about, is a tariff rebate coming? Because there's a new bill proposing a $600 tariff rebate stimulus check. This is according to Money Magazine, and it said Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri introduced a bill that would create $600 tariff rebates, the same dollar amount as the second batch of COVID stimulus checks in December of 2020, which Hawley and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders advocated for at the time. The Treasury Department reports $28 billion of customs duties collected in July, surpassing the previous record of $27 billion last month. Hawley's bill, the American Worker Rebate Act, would use some of the government's increased tariff revenues to fund one-time rebates. If enacted, it would create a refundable credit of at least $600 per person that taxpayers could see on their tax refunds next year. The bill also includes a mechanism for advance payments, meaning that rebates could go out earlier as electronic payments. The senator's office said the rebate would amount to $2,400 or more for a family of four, noting that the bill would allow for a larger credit per person if tariff revenue exceeds current projections for 2025. Hawley's bill provides that the credit would be reduced by 5% of the amount by which a taxpayer's 2024 adjusted gross income exceeds $75,000 for single filers or $150,000 for joint filers. For example, someone with an adjusted gross income of $80,000 would see a $250 reduction in the rebate based on a 5% phase-out calculation applied to their $5,000 of income above the $75,000 threshold. One obstacle for Hawley's bill: House Speaker Mike Johnson isn't a fan of stimulus checks. Politically, that would be great for us, send everybody a check, he told Politico in February, referring to the proposed DOGE checks. But if you think about our core principles, we need to pay down the credit card. Last week, E.J. Antony, chief economist at the Heritage Foundation, told the New York Post that tariff rebates would be unwise. While it's always politically advantageous to hand out money to constituents, the fact is the federal government has no money to give at this point. When the annual deficit is over $1 trillion, the priority has to be getting that down. President Trump said, "We have so much money coming in, we're thinking about a little rebate. The big thing we want to do is pay down debt, but we're thinking about a rebate." Will this get passed? I don't know. According to some, they said don't get excited just yet because Americans were told we might get a $5,000 DOGE stimulus check, but the discussion around the DOGE check seems to have fizzled out. Of course, we've been talking about how the consumer is doing pretty well and consumer spending looks good. This would be something that would stimulate that. Some say it might cause additional inflation. So we'll have to continue to follow this story and see if rebates are in our future. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more wealth tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.